Hola mi gente, buenos dias, from mi casa to your casa, from my loyal family to your loyal family. Welcome, it's a blessing to have you all here today. Today my special guest is Stephen and Carmen Silva. They're coming to my table and you see this precious little doll. They had their baby on the COVID. She was pregnant with the COVID pandemic. And this is a very serious topic. I know we all over the COVID, but I know a lot of people that are pregnant today is still COVID right now. So I know it's a little scary. So we do want to bring out that no matter how scary it is, the positive outlook. But you must always be safe. Wear your mask, safety precautions, safety precautions, safety precautions. Wash, wash, wash. I cannot say it any more than what I say it all the time. Is extremely important. Carmen, I wanted to ask you, my love. One, God bless you and your beautiful baby. She's just a doll. She's beautiful. And congratulations, Stephen and Carmen. I'm so happy to have you here on my table. How did you feel, Carmen, when you did, you know, you was pregnant, you're happy, you're on top of the world? How was it? You want to answer?
Yeah.
How was it for you? Because I know you work, correct?
I was working through the pregnancy.
Oh,
so yeah, all the way until the beginning of the month that I gave birth to her, all the way to May.
All the way to your 8th month?
Yeah. Well, ninth. Yeah,
oh my God! Girl, you see, woman power. You see this?
Yeah.
That there's really no excuse when you want to work and you have to take care of your family. This is a pregnant woman going to work in the medical field through the COVID. How did you feel, honey?
So, I mean, before the COVID, everything started, I was pregnant, I was excited. When it started, I mean, it was scary because, I mean, we do have, you know, immune compromised patients that do come.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just makes the situation a lot scarier. So just trying to keep myself safe, keep her safe, keep my family safe, and bringing anything home. I mean, when it started, you know, it was exciting because, you know, you're pregnant, you know, you're going to this first child. So it was exciting for us. And then COVID kind of like, you know, took away certain things that, you know, if it was like no COVID, you know, we would go and we would have like a baby shower. We would be celebrating things. So, I mean, we weren't able to have the, you know, the
celebration
so
that you wanted to have for the coming of your baby.
Yeah.
She's just so, but she's here. She's beautiful, Mama. Stephen, how did you feel? You know, from a man's perspective, that you're the man, you're the one that brings the money, the bread to the house.
Yeah, so
but
like,
you don't carry the baby.
Yeah, well,
You can't do that, guys. You can bring the bread and the food, but Mama carries that baby. How did you feel? That fear?
So at first, it was,
was it?
Oh my God, it was amazing at first. You know, gonna be a first-time father. Throughout the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, it was a present for us. You know, but shortly after that, beginning of this year, we had more and more announcements of the COVID, and then when it became more evident that it wasn't really going to be something overseas that was just going to stay over there, and then it started hitting home, it really actually did hit home for us that, wow, like, you know, like, okay, now we're going to have to be going to appointments. She works in the medical field. Every time we come home, it's you know, take off clothes, wash clothes, shower, you know, just taking precaution after precaution. And it really did affect us. Like she said, she felt robbed, and I felt robbed as well by COVID. And it's kind of hard when you know, you really don't know, you don't have anyone to put the blame on, to put the anger on, that you're feeling robbed from baby showers, from just having all these events, celebrations with your parents, your family, friends, and everything. That's, you know, you want to share that news, and you know, so it really it was frustrating at first. We try to kind of like go through it, and this is, hey, you know, this is the situation. she's our little pandemic princess, and that's my queen right there.
You're the pandemic princess, baby.
Yeah, try to make the best of it, really.
And look at
to look at the positive side.
And the positive side, and also by being so safe, it kind of gets me so emotional because you did get robbed out of when you gave birth. Not everyone could come see your daughter.
Yeah, that's
and that I know from a personal level that no one could come see her and hug her and hold her. It was a fear, you know, because you know it's just a fearful time. And then I know for Christmas and the holidays and you know you want to celebrate your belly, but you're scared to be around family. Exactly. So I know it must have really been hard for you guys. And going to work, I give you 2 thumbs up, my love. That is so hard how y'all both worked with this whole pandemic. And look and have such a healthy baby. We could do it. We could be healthy. We could do this, you know.
Yeah. It's
just to show you, you know, I like to let the fans know we have to be safety. Absolutely. We have to take precaution. If you don't want to do it for yourself, you do it for other people. Because you got to think of the grandparents, the nephews and the nieces, and if they have asthma, they don't, any compromising immune. Any type of immune compromise is really, you got to have extra precaution. Even when you're healthy. It doesn't have a name, this COVID. It's just COVID. It hits anybody. Rich, poor, doesn't really matter. But the more safer you are, the better you are. I had a question. How was your appointments, Carmen?
So when early on, we were both able to actually go to the appointments. We were going to Montefiore and New Rochelle actually before the pandemic started.
Oh.
So I mean, I was a little unhappy going there, so we ended up switching. And you know, lucky we did because it was right before the whole pandemic thing came out. Because, you know, New Rochelle ended up being like the epicenter of
it started
the
becoming
pandemic.
a hot zone.
That was a hot zone, yes it was.
So lucky, you know, we were able to kind of like stop going there, you know, before everything started. And we started a new location. And, I mean, they were worried. So after that, I switched when I was like maybe 36 weeks pregnant. So to a new doctor, knew everything. So I was a little scared on that. And then they told us that I could be the only one, only I can go to the appointments. He wasn't able to go.
Yes.
Initially, they had said only she would be able to be in the delivery room, and you know, being I don't know what it is to be a mother pregnant about to give birth and you don't have your significant other there. I know all the stresses that she was talking about, like. That she didn't want me not to be there. She wanted me to be there so much, and I wanted to be there as well.
Yeah.
So
of
for them to
course,
say
that's the birth of your daughter, your baby.
When I first found out, I actually cried. I was like that. I already, you know, I didn't have like, you know, what's like a female person.
You want to take a break and feed the baby? You're okay. You could feed her. She's part of the table. She's part of the family. It's just so beautiful to have. You actually really makes me emotional because you do get to lose out on a lot of little special things.
We so with in our instance, I think there was like a petition that we signed, and a lot of people signed to kind of get that, because it wasn't law that only one that no one could be in the delivery room except her and the doctor. So it was the hospital's policy. So they actually overturned it, and I was able to.
That is so awesome.
So at first they didn't want.
So you fought for that. You gave it the bait. You're like, I want to come see my daughter.
So we signed a petition, but it wasn't just us. I mean, there was so many mothers that were also.
Thousands of people. It was like 600,000 people signed, and they got it overturned. And it happened literally, I think it was May 1st that the hospital said, all right, well, you can have one person there only, and they have to stay with you.
And well, initially, I'm sorry. So initially, they said you can have the person there, like your significant other could be there for the delivery, but post they have to leave.
Right.
Can't be in the hospital. So I was even worried about that because she's recovering and then she has to watch out. I mean, I know they'll take care of her and stuff, but
you wanted to give that helping hand.
And looking in hindsight, you know,
I can't. If I didn't have Steven there, I don't know what I would have done. It would have been. It was already terrifying having to give birth to my first child, our first child, and I've never experienced that before. So it's scary. So to kind of have that support, like
not to have your family there.
Absolutely, you know.
It just, I could just feel it for you because it's sad. There's no way that I would know because this COVID is so different. This is so real. It's surreal at certain times because we can't believe where we're at today. But it's real. How do you feel now? Have you taken her for her first shots and her new coming appointments now that is a little bit more? How do you feel still going to the doctors with her? Do you Skype a lot of your appointments or do you take her physically?
So I know that when we first started taking to the appointments, they were only allowing one parent to go. And that's another thing, you know, I would like, you know, it's his daughter too, so.
And the help, to carry the carriage,
Absolutely.
You're bleeding, you're in pain. You know, it's 40 days that a woman sits in this pain after, you know, when you give birth, you don't heal 2 days later. This is what a lot of men, I'm trying to let the younger men, the younger married couples, boyfriend, girlfriends, you're having your first child. You have to. Stephen, I can see that you have that empathy. You have to have that empathy for your wife. It's hard. Your body's not even the same. Everything is different. Hormones, you're just in pain the first couple of weeks. It's just not the same. You know, you got to get your body together. You need that help to carry up the stairs, to go to the appointment. You need that extra muscle. It's so sad that you have to go alone. It's unbelievable, but this is where we're at today.
Thank goodness that the pediatrician that we, you know, decided to go with was so kind enough to, like, you know, I guess he was one of the owners of the, you know, facility. So he actually kind of gave us an exception. So, you know, after a little bit, he was able to actually come to the appointment with us. So, I mean, I thank goodness that not a lot of parents have that. You know, especially new parents now.
You know, this is something that everybody that's listening, we have to support parents giving birth. You need, you know, like we said in so many different talks, and when we talk and you talk in your table in your home with your family, it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely.
And when you give birth, you need that village. You need that support. These hospitals have to understand, and these appointments too. If you're going to bring that significant parent, the other parent for help, that you're able to come with them. You know, so it's hard. This is a new world. Nothing is the same. I hope that things will get back the same someday. But I just want to show how hard it is. I'm really so proud of you guys. You guys just have such a beautiful daughter. She looks healthy. And how do you feel now when you do go to the hospital, when you do go take your daughter to get her first shot? How was it for you?
I mean, it's still scary because, you know, the first shots, you know, you cried, you know, she cried, you cried with her.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, it's still scary because you want to keep her safe. You don't want to expose her to, you know, different things. You go to any medical facility, there's sometimes maybe somebody sick.
Somebody's definitely sick in there. That's why it's a facility.
Yeah,
that's just a fact.
Yeah.
You know?
And they don't you can't put a mask on the baby.
No,
So
you
you can go with the mask into the pediatric.
You only can protect them but so much.
Yeah.
And you know, you guys are so brave. I am so, once again, I give you guys the hands on the table. That is amazing what you've been through. Yeah. That is not easy. And it looks like, by the looks of it, she's doing wonderful. You look like you're shining. You look like a wonderful daddy. So hard work pays off, and safety. You cannot play with the COVID. This is safety is always first priority. If not for you, for your family. When you was in that hospital, laying in that bed, what kept you there besides seeing Steven's face and knowing right now you're bringing a beautiful human being, a precious, delicate human being into this world? There was anything you thought of, your mom, your dad, anything in your mind that just you know.
I mean, thinking like, there's lots of women that have done this before me, so our bodies can do it. They're meant to do it. And, in the background, while I was actually pushing, they had this song played. That song, This Is My Fight Song. Take back my life song. Yeah. So I mean, that was like.
Yeah,
wow.
you love that record. They were thinking it to me. They were thinking the record. Yes, they were. That was me fighting.
So I mean,
that record really. Now when you
honestly,
listen to it,
it means something. I mean, it's just like wow. Like I was, like man, can I do this? It's already like scary enough. So hear that, it's just like gives you a strength. Like, of course I can do this. I could fight through this. The pain, the COVID,
and that song was
yeah.
just empowering. And look at what you had. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. She is really beautiful.
Thank you.
So Laura is just gorgeous. Solea.
So that song was actually played over the speakers when it was confirmed that someone who had COVID was going home. So it wasn't for the birth, but it was playing.
It inspired
right there.
you.
Fits so
It started
well,
playing,
yeah.
and it came on like maybe like 2-3 times throughout the day, 3-4 times a day. But like right when she was giving birth, that's when they were playing it. And
Right, Mama?
Yeah, you knew it was your fight. You knew you beat that storm. Yes, you did. Let me tell you, to me, music inspires, music moves, definitely. Those are memories. Every record you listen from a little child to growing up, you remember your parents, you remember grandma cooking, you remember grandpa playing the guitar. It could be the silliest little beat.
Yeah.
You play music.
Yeah, and COVID, with the quarantine, you see a lot more music mentioning it, referring to it. You have people who were indoors for so long, and they're probably like social butterflies. They go out every day or every week or whatever the case is, and now they're inside. And it really did show itself through music. There's
Absolutely.
plenty of examples there.
All over the world. That's all you would see is through music. Absolutely. Man, it's amazing. It's really amazing that little simple tune you heard kind of, and then the words were so inspirational. That's what's so ironic, that you're giving birth and that plays.
And it was literally while I was pushing. I was like, oh man, I'm tired. I don't know if I could do this. And then a song, I'm like,
this is your fight. This is it.
It's meant to be.
Baby, I was meant to come to this world. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Oh, thank you so much, guys. It was such a pleasure having you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming to my home. I'm humbled. I'm honored. Thank you.